Good morning to all. And today we will start with the session 7. This is the last session of Module 3, Material Science. And in this session, we'll discuss about non-ferrous metals. In that very first one is aluminum alloys. Aluminum is the most widely used metal in engineering. Aluminum is a silverish white material having density about 2.7 grams per cubic centimeter compared to that of the steel having density 7.2 grams per centimeter cube. So you can compare the density. The density is very less. So it is 2.7 grams per centimeter cube, and it is people for the convenience they will say they will take this value as 7.2 grams per cubic centimeter to keep in memory. And here, so because of this, the weight or density of the aluminum is very very less compared to that of the steel, and which is the very attractive property which makes the aluminum to be used in most of the engineering applications. Coming to some of the characteristics of aluminum alloys: relatively high, relatively lightweight, easily miscible, highly refractive to heat and light, good electrical and thermal conductivities, strong resistance to corrosion, extremely useful, extremely useful low temperature alloy. Aluminum alloys can be casted, rolled, tempered, and drawn, hammered, forged to any shapes. So that means almost all the type of manufacturing process are possible on the aluminum, which makes the aluminum most useful material for the engineering applications. Aluminum can also be riveted, welded, brazed, and even resin bonded to the other materials. Aluminum can be extruded and machined to variety of variety of shapes. And one of the important characteristic or property is high specific strength. Pure aluminum is weak. Not only pure aluminum, any pure material will be weak and ductile, very ductile material, and hence cannot be used in high strength applications. However, the addition of small percentage of impurities considerably increases the tensile strength and hardness of the material. Hardness of the material. Even for the gold also, pure gold, you cannot do any ornaments. You have to mix some amount of copper so that the strength will be improved, and it can by which it is possible to produce ornaments. Similarly, here also some sort of alloying elements are added to improve the strength. Aluminum alloys are generally classified according to the principle of alloying elements. That means based on the which alloying element you added, the classification they made. Aluminum and copper alloys, aluminum and silicon alloys, aluminum and magnesium alloys, aluminum and tin alloys. These are the most uh, popularly used aluminum alloys. And coming to the other non-ferrous metal, that is copper and its alloys. Copper is one of the most useful metal and one that is utilized by the man since ancient times. This is the first metal used by the human beings. Copper is reddish yellow material having FCC crystal structure. Copper is the second best electrical conductivity of metals. The first one is silver. The properties of copper are high electrical conductivity and excellent thermal conductivity, good corrosion resistance, machinability, strength, and easy to fabricate or fabrication. Copper is non-magnetic. It has pleasing color, can be welded or braced, soldered, and easily finished by electroplating. Usually, copper products are finished by electroplating only, and this electroplating plated copper components will resist attack of corrosion. Copper alloys are properly used in electrical wirings, decorative works. However, pure copper is very ductile and relatively weak. The properties of copper can be employed by adding elements, can be improved by adding elements similar to any other case. There are nearly 400 types of copper alloys, each having its own applications. All these alloys are classified under any of the four groups. First one is brass, alloy of copper and zinc, and then this we have got two categories or types: alpha brass and alpha plus beta brasses. And then the other category is bronze, alloy of copper and elements other than the zinc. In this we have got tin bronze, silicon bronze, aluminum bronze, beryllium bronze, cupro nickels, and silver nickels, alloy of copper and nickel, alloy of copper, nickel, and zinc. These are the various types of alloys tailored to suit the various requirements. Coming to the other most interesting non-ferrous alloy material is magnesium alloys. Actually, the magnesium as a metal has got limited usage, but magnesium is added as a alloying element or as a alloying compound to improve the properties of the other materials. However, as an individual material or as a magnesium alloy, still it has got some limited usage in the engineering field. Magnesium is a silver white material that is principally used as a alloy element for aluminum, lead, zinc, and other non-ferrous alloys. Magnesium has a density even lower than the aluminum and stands at 1.74 grams per cubic centimeters, whereas this one aluminum is 2.7, almost 1 gram per cubic centimeter is less. So that means as far as density is concerned, the magnesium alloys are preferred, but because of some limitations, magnesium is not used as widely as that of the aluminum that we will discuss, which is the lowest among any of the common structural material. Magnesium alloys finds a wide range of application for aerospace design to customer products. So it will cover the entire range, right from customer to the engineering applications. And the composition, that means the other metals that can be used with along with the magnesium or aluminum, zinc, manganese, zirconium, thorium are commonly alloying elements used along with the magnesium. Coming to the coming to the properties, low density. It says that two third that of the aluminum. B is lightest of all metals. High strength to density ratio, making it outstanding for aerospace applications. Good high temperature mechanical properties. Good resistance to deformation at room temperature. Ductile and most machinable of all the metals. These are the various properties. Magnesium alloy limitations. This is very important. Magnesium ignites easily when heated in the air. This is the biggest setback, and because of this only the casting of magnesium is very difficult. In some of the cases it is not at all possible. hence difficult to cast, relatively brittle because of it is SCP structure, hexagonally closed packed structure. Magnesium alloys have relatively low density and poor resistance to creep, fatigue, and wear. So here, resistance to creep, that means the properties of the magnesium goes on changes or goes on decreases as the temperature increases. So creep is the phenomena where the what do you call, the load or the stress and temperature is also involved. So generally, most of the materials will show lower abilities or properties when the temperature is raised. When the temperature is raised. So this is one of the second setback of the magnesium, which limits the use of the magnesium for the various engineering applications. And fatigue and wear somehow can be managed. Magnesium costs are more than the aluminum. This is the third factor which limits the usage of the magnesium because of the cost. And applications, coming to the applications, steering wheels and columns, seat frames, clutch, brake pedal, sports brackets, steering column, lock housing, transmission cases in automobiles. So these people have used the magnesium for all this to produce all these components. But however, magnesium is no more using for these various applications, and the use of magnesium is limited. And the second type of application, handheld devices such as chainsaws, power tools, audio and video computer communication equipments such as laptops, camcorders, and cell phones. So here the magnesium is used to greater extent compared to the first type of application. And the other one is titanium alloys. Titanium alloys. Titanium is a white metal and was introduced in the early years of 1950. This material becomes backbone of the aerospace, engineering, and chemical industries. The fourth most abundant metallic element in the earth crust. Titanium has relatively low density, 4.54 grams per centimeter cubic, but it is higher, but is high strength and high melting point. Apart from the density, the strength and the melting point also high. Composition, that means the other metals that you can use with the titanium or aluminum, tin, vanadium, molybdenum, or the commonly used alloying elements. Coming to the properties, high strength to weight ratio. Titanium is 40% lighter than the steel and 60% heavier than the aluminum. This combination of high strength to low weight makes the titanium a very useful structural material. Generally, the strength to weight ratio means the strength should be high and weight should be low. Then what happens to the weight ratio? Weight ratio increases. Suppose strength is also high, weight is also high. In that case, the strength to weight ratio decreases. So this is the method of comparison between various metals. So in this comparison, we will always select the material which is having high strength to weight ratio. And coming to the other properties, excellent mechanical properties, can be easily forged and machined. Corrosion resistance at room temperature is extraordinary. Retains strength at higher than the room temperature. This is important. So this is what this property is not there in the case of magnesium. So what is that? Retains the strength at higher than the room temperature. Higher than room temperature means there is no appreciable change in the properties even at just elevated temperature. And coming to the limitations of the titanium alloys, chemically reacts with other metals at higher temperature. Chemically reacts with the other higher metals, other temperature. That is the first limitation. Even though the strength is not decreased, but as the temperature increases, it reacts with the surrounding materials. Low density because of HCP structure, more expensive than aluminum and magnesium. Aluminum and magnesium. And the applications: airplane structures, space vehicles, surgical implants, petroleum and chemical industries, sporting equipments, power generation equipments, valve and pump parts. These are the various applications. And then here let us move on to some of the MCQs. The first one under this session 7, the crystal structure of copper is BCC, FCC, simple cubic structure, and HCP. So the answer is FCC. And the second one is dash non-ferrous metal ignites easily when heated in air. So it is magnesium, copper, aluminum, and zinc will not ignite. And third one is dash metal is having a density of 4.54 grams per cc that we have seen here. This is so titanium. So titanium is the one. Titanium is the one which is having this much density. Coming to the other one, the crystal structure of magnesium is BCC, FCC, SC, and HCP. It is SCP. Bronze is an alloy of copper and dash magnesium, copper, aluminum, and zinc. The answer is zinc. Dash metal is 40% lighter than the steel and 60% heavier than the aluminum, that is titanium. So even because of this only the application also stands between the steel and aluminum. And these are the answers for the MCQs. And I thank one and all for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you very much. Jai Kannada Mata. Thank you.